Hey guys, and welcome to our channel! In this video, we're going to run through the cost of van life in Ireland. We're going to take our 4-week trip around the Wide Atlantic Way as a reference for this video. Well guys, the total spend for 1 month in Ireland for van life cost us ding, €792.40 for 2 people. That's €396.20 per person. Just a quick note before we break that down into all the categories. Out of the €792 for both of us, we've spent €190 on eating out. Now, we had just finished up our jobs and we were still on that holiday buzz, so we definitely splashed out more than we needed to. We've also spent €64 on coffee out, which is absolutely ridiculous if you're on a budget. We have a beautiful coffee maker in the van, so we do not need to buy coffee out that much. So one of the next biggest spends for the month was of course diesel. Now, we spent €180 on diesel. This could be reduced a lot more if we just slow down. We did only have 4 weeks in Ireland, so we weren't stopping too much and we weren't spending as much time in place that we'd like to. So you could definitely bring that down if you just travel slower.
I think it's also worth mentioning that although the trip started in County Cork in the Wide Atlantic Way, that included driving to and from Dublin, which is a bit of a drive as well.
Yeah.
So €180 for all of the diesel was pretty good. The next biggest expense was food shopping, which we spent €108. So that's not too bad considering we spent €190 on takeout alone. We probably would have spent maybe €135 or €140 if we didn't eat out at all, just to make up the funds. So we definitely think we did well with €108. That breaks down to €25 for the two of us for 1 week of eating.
The next biggest spend on our list comes under the category miscellaneous. In this category, we included the ferry, which was a short 20-minute trip from County Kerry to County Clare. That was only €18.90. The other bits under the miscellaneous included, what did it include?
Everything else.
Everything else. Stuff that doesn't have a major tagline. Let me check.
No pressure.
Okay, so under the miscellaneous category came showers. The one shower that we spent money on was in a marina down in Feenet Harbour, and you pay the owner, you pay the harbour master €2 each for 10 or 15 minutes in a shower. That's the only time we spent money on a shower. Everywhere else we managed to either shower ourselves with our portable shower or in friends' houses, which didn't happen that often.
But thank you to the friends that did let us use the shower.
Yes. Other things we had to buy along the way, such as an extra USB phone charger for the cigarette lighter, and we bought some stupid unnecessary fungi magnets. Could have avoided that. It also included our trip to Mizzen Head, any touristy things like that. It also included gym memberships for the day. Yeah, so that all came to €140.
The next biggest category was van maintenance. So this included anything that we needed for the van, and this charge of €48 was just for some cables that we needed to get our split charge relay finished. We had a friend, Stephen, thanks Stephen, finish off the split charge relay just before the trip, so we included it in this budget.
The next thing on our list was parking. So anytime we pulled up to a new town or a new village that we needed to pay for parking, that comes under the parking heading. This was €10.40, which isn't bad for 4 weeks. A lot of towns in Ireland, especially deep into the sticks, if you like to call it, are free parking to entice tourists, which is a great idea. I think a lot more places in Ireland should have free parking to entice more tourists in.
The next expense we have is for one campsite we used in the whole of the 4 weeks, and that was in Sneem. I think it was called
Goosey Island.
Goosey Island. So that was €10 for the night because we didn't need electricity because we have our solar panels. It was great to have a little stop, a little night off, and just chill.
And just a quick mention on campsite, guys, it's well worth having solar panels and being off grid. A lot of campsites in Ireland are so much cheaper if you don't need electricity. So the next on our list was laundry. We spent €10 on laundry. We only did it once in the whole 4 weeks, and we used those self-service washing and dryers at the side of garages. They are amazing. They are throughout Ireland, and I have to say it was very good and well worth it. Washed and dried, all for €10.
The only thing is that some people just set up their laundry, put it in, drive off, and don't take the laundry out. So we spent
3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours waiting for some Egypt to come back and collect her. I can't say Egypt. For some woman to come back and collect her washing.
Yeah. There's no extra place to take it out and put it somewhere, and we didn't want to be rude, and especially with the whole COVID thing, we don't want to be touching people's laundry, not even at the best of times. So yeah, it took a bit of time. A little bit annoying when it's lashing rain and you're just stuck in the van waiting for somebody else to finish their laundry that they should have collected an hour ago, but it's fine. The next one on our list is tolls. This is any toll roads that we went through in Ireland, and there wasn't that many, to be fair, so the total cost on that was €8 for the 4 weeks. We're really happy with that. Most of those roads were small country roads, so they don't have tolls anyway. The trade-off is all the potholes in the road and the narrow turns and twists, and yeah, the damage that they do to your van.
So next on the list is household cleaning. We had to pick up a bottle of Flash and a couple of sponges here and there. That only cost €4.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Last one on the list is a little bit more expensive than the last few. It was €20 in total, but it was our bills, which are totally optional. It's €10 for Netflix and €10 for Spotify. That kept us entertained for the 4 weeks when we were driving along listening to music, and it also kept us entertained watching movies every night. So they're totally optional, you don't need to do them, but we think it's €20 well spent.
One thing we didn't include in this cost, guys, is phone bills. Phone bills are so variable for everybody, so we didn't include that for the video just because you guys could have so many different bills.
Just to give some context, my phone bill is €10 a month and Jenny's was 50.
Mine was €50, which I'm just so ashamed of, and it got me absolutely nothing. Whereas I am now on a new plan for Spain, where we currently are, and it's €20 a month, unlimited roaming data. I mean, hello? So in conclusion, that's €792.40 for the both of us for 4 weeks.
So, I'm assuming you like to travel because you're watching this channel. I'm assuming you like to save money because you're watching this video. So we have 3 top tips on how you can save money in van life in Ireland. Number 1.
Stop eating out so much. There's just no need for it. There's no need to spend €26 on fish and chips, even though they're the most delicious fish and chips you probably will ever have in your life. If it's a birthday or a party, go for it. If you're really on a tight budget, guys, you don't need it.
No, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Tip 1B. Coffee is also very expensive in Ireland. It's like $3.60.
Mad money.
$3.60 for a cup of coffee in Ireland, and it's not as good quality as the ones that we can make here in our coffee maker in the van.
Get yourself a mocha pot, guys. It works on the gas hob, and buy yourself good ground coffee granules and you're better than any cafe.
We might actually do a video on how to make that because it's so worth it. Once you learn how to use it, it's amazing.
Delicious.
Tip number 2. As we mentioned earlier, reducing the diesel will reduce your overall bill, and in order to reduce the diesel, you don't travel so much so fast. So we had such a short time to go and see all the different parts of the Wall Atlantic Way, and if we wanted to save money...
Sorry, flies in the van, lads, sorry.
And if we wanted to save more money, we would have went a lot slower and made our diesel last longer. Tip number 3.
Food shopping. A lot of van lifers out there say that you can reduce your shopping bill by not buying so much meat. Now, this to us is a little bit sad because we love meat and we love our protein. So that tip, guys, is optional for you. If you want to head down that vegan route and cut your meat down, happy days.
Or vegetarian.
Or vegetarian. For us, it's really didn't mind spending part of our budget on buying chicken or turkey burgers or whatever type of meat that there was on offer. We do look out for all the offers on in the shops that day, and that's actually pretty good. We've had some great bargains there.
Yeah, so just to reiterate what Jenny's saying, everyone's different. Some people might want to be vegetarian, you might want to do it for health benefits, ethical benefit, whatever it is. Personally, for us, we just like eating meat, and we think it's worth having inside our budget because we train so much and we need to increase our protein level. So for us personally, we'll use it, but if you wanted to save more money and you were happy with not having meat, go for it.
Yeah. So guys, as great as van life is, we did come across a couple of issues on our trip.
In Ireland.
Number one, bins. This isn't as much of a problem on the continent, but in Ireland it is. Almost every bin in Ireland, and every town and in village has tiny little bars on it or tiny little holes, and you may have 3 days worth of rubbish collected in the van, and when you go to empty it, you can't, which is understandable. The towns don't want people in camper vans emptying their rubbish. Maybe this is to stop domestic waste. Anyway, to combat this, what we did is we got smaller rubbish bags. The sandwich bags from Tesco's are perfect. So as soon as you have it full, bring it in with your backpack and empty it in the bins. Second tip is get an empty yogurt pot from Lidl. Fill this up, and when it's full, put it into your backpack, and when you leave the van during the day, empty it out into the bin and take the yogurt pot back with you.
Yeah, we found dropping bins off as you go rather than let them build up was the only way we could make it work in Ireland.
Yeah. Second issue is, in Ireland there is not many places to empty your toilet or your grey waste except on a campsite.
Yeah, it's really hard to do wild camping and have places to let your waste out, so that was a big challenge, and that's nothing like in Spain now.
Yeah, here everywhere you go there's places to empty your waste. It's amazing.
One of the last bonus tips that we're going to talk about specifically for Vanlife Ireland is something that we really underestimated, and that was the wind. We were fully expecting the rain to be really bad in Ireland because, as we know, it rains all the time and summer is like one day a year. But the problem was we didn't anticipate how bad the wind would be, especially in a tall van. So when you're lying down in the van and it's windy at night, the van is rocking so much you're afraid it's going to fall over. And when you're parking on places like the Wild Atlantic Way, you're on cliff edges where the wind is just even worse. So you have to be aware and be ready for that. So one thing we did to combat that was to face the van forward into the wind, and that allowed us to have the vents not lifting up and moving as much, and it was more aerodynamic, we feel.
Yeah, the wind goes up over the bonnet of the van, over the top and off the back, whereas if it's coming from the side, all it is literally rocking your van to and fro.
Yeah. Alright guys, so that concludes our video on our cost of Vanlife Ireland with our bonus tips and potential issues that you may face and how to fix them. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you could like the video, we'd like that. If you could share the video, we'd really like that. And if you could subscribe, it would make our day. We're also on Instagram at The Fitness Forest, and Jenny's doing a great job of putting up live updates on Spain, how we're getting on every day, and any updates that we may have. So thanks again so much.
See you next video. Bye. Is that it all cleaning?
Yeah,
there, I'm just one there.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Kill them.
Where?
One's down here, one's at your left, over your left shoulder. The spend on our list was comes under.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, kill them.
That most of the roads we went on were small country roads, so we weren't going to pay tolls on them anyway.
Not that we weren't going to pay, it's just that there is no tolls, by the way.